What is happening, everybody? We are up here at the Bass Pro Shop for our next cruise night with the Mass Cruisers up in Foxboro. Should be a good night. It is hot, so the turnout isn't as big as it usually is, but we're excited. There's some cool stuff here. There's a couple of really cool cars I do want to shoot that I've seen. We also have the new Fox Body Phantom t-shirt today in orange. The wife got me some new ones. I had the black and the gray. I love the orange, stands out, so that's awesome. So we're gonna go around and shoot a ton of stuff, give you a few of our favorites as always, and we'll come back and see you in a little. All right, let's start with something pretty cool and unique and different, an RS6 wagon. So I'm a big fan of the Audi RS series, and this one is really cool, and you don't see the wagons often. Like the color and the graphite. The wheels are huge. They're probably 22s. Ridiculous brakes on here, you know, cross drilled. This is a high performance wagon, and it's awesome for it. I always dig the wagons, and this one's really cool. I have not seen an RS6 wagon before. You know, kind of I always like to see the Mercedes, like the AMGs, or if you can find the Cadillac CTS-V wagons, but here's Audi's answer to that, and it looks great. The wheels are beautiful on this car. Really nice interior. So this is pretty cool. Like I said, I haven't seen one of these before. Looks like it has a head-up display. Super nice inside, so very, very cool, high-performance. Beautiful Monte SS right here. We have an 87 in the silver with the black stripe, and we've got an 88 in the white with the red stripe. Both are really sharp. Neither one are T-top cars. Both got gray cloth interior. Both have the factory mag wheels, which look great on the car. So much better than the Steelies you get up through like 85, 86. Everything's clean. You know, we always talk about these a lot. And the biggest challenge on these Montes were, like, from a paint standpoint, was the nose. You'd see a lot where the headlights are, where the colors are different, and then you also see in the grill, a lot of times you get a lot of yellowing or green that would show through, because that paint they used that would go over the plastic style of that bumper was designed to flex, and these had a lot of flex in the front end, so over time they would crack and it wouldn't look great. That's what showed up on mine. But these two are really clean, really nice cars. You can see we've got the spoiler on both, just really sharp. The SS badging, always clean. Really, these are really just both super nice. He's got the mud flaps, but both really clean. And this is a great throwback to the 80s. We'll go back and hit the interiors on both of these a little bit. So super clean. You know, I was asking the other day when I was looking at that Hearse Olds, or that, yeah, I think it was the Hearse Olds that had the wood trim, and I didn't think the Monte did. And it doesn't look like these, maybe a slight version of it, but this is both really clean. Factory radio in here, factory radio. These are both awesome cars. So original, so very cool to see. All right, another truck I haven't seen before. We have an 89 with a 496 turbo 400 transmission, fuel cell in the back, nitrous, battery relocation to the back, giant slicks, blue and yellow, kind of like the Napa colors. Very clean under the hood, high-rise air intake. Just a really cool looking truck in that GMC. This is, again, this reminds me of a late 90s, early 2000s build for like a street rod. We've got like the Rhino liner, you know, in the back, in the yellow. You can see the battery, the relocation box with the shut off, the nitrous, the fuel cell. Very cool. And again, smoothed out back end. Tail looks very, they actually look like Corvette tail lights, most likely in the back, like look like C5 maybe. That's my guess, a C5 tail lights in the back that goes into it. You can see the slicks in the back. Just a very cool old school hot rod build. He's asking like 35 grand, and this seems like a lot of truck for that. So if you're looking for a truck, this is pretty cool. Up here, we have a couple of the fire engines up here. We have 1957 out of Providence. We have an even older truck out of Stoughton. These are both so cool. I love the old fire trucks. You know, we have one of the guys in our club, Cornell, that collects fire trucks. He always bringing stuff around. These are older, and the open air fire trucks are wild to me, that these guys in New England were driving around these open air trucks. They had all their gear on, I guess, but yeah, it's crazy. So sorry there's a lot of noise here. We also have the Pontiac Club up here today. Some cool stuff here, really cool Ram Air, Formula Firebird, excuse me, 400 with the snorkel, newer WS6. Really nice GTO. You know, I feel like this is the most common GTO I see, and not a bad way. I just feel like I see this color pretty regularly on the, you know, like the 70s. Really clean, very cool wagon. You got a couple of nice GTOs, gorgeous Bonneville. You know, Pontiac, I like the big body Pontiacs. I always think they're kind of neat. I know we're over by the by Bruce now, so it might be a little tougher to hear. So I'm gonna try to stay close so you guys can hear me. This Firebird was on the highway with me. This thing looked great. It's a 400. I am not sure. It is a great looking color though, and I love that hood ornament. We talk about this all the time, like the same one we had for the Oldsmobile. These Pontiac and Oldsmobile, they were really neat. So very cool car. 1970 Chevy C5 Blazer. It's got a 350 7R 400 transmission. I love this blue color. What was nice with this one, it says it's one of 985 that were two-wheel drives in 1970. This one's kind of a great combination of a Restomod and custom. Obviously the Restomod wheels. The gauges look to be fairly original. The seats look great to me. I don't think these are original, but that blue plaid with the leather on the outside looks awesome. I love the interior. This thing was so clean. It was definitely one of the ones I went up and talked to him. I was coming over. I want to get one of the flyers to bring it over to show in the truck section on Sunday at Endicott, because it's just such a pretty truck. So again, you don't see these all that often, these early 70s, especially in a condition like this. So really nice and kind of a cool little hot rod Restomod version. A lot of these you see that more set up to do more off-road or lifted, more four-wheel drive, and this was a two-wheel drive option, so I think they did an awesome job. Gorgeous Bullet tribute here in the green. Get a chance to talk to them. I heard they were talking to somebody else, and they were asking about the pony on the grill, and he said he's left it off as a tribute to the Bullet. I like the wheels. Obviously, you know, I prefer the original factory wheels. I think these are always a little big, but these still look great. The color's awesome. One of the best looking cars of all time in this fastback body style. We've talked about it many times, but just that line right there is one of the best lines you're ever going to see on any car. It's just so sharp, and this one's really nice. Chrome is really sharp. It's a GT. I didn't see if it was an automatic or manual yet when I came in. So it is an automatic Shelby wheel. Looks like the gauges are pretty factories. This is a really clean, you know, Bullet tribute, and it looks great in the color. And I don't think these wheels detract from it in that kind of that argent color. They kind of work, even though they're a little bit bigger. They look great. So I dig this car a lot. Again, a lot of love for the Mustangs. This one looks great. How do you take one of the coolest cars ever and make it even cooler? You make it look meaner, right? So with the LED lights and kind of the blacked out setting, everything in the black on the front is blacked out. Black wheels. Under the hood looks great in the car. I saw when the owner came in, he was talking, this car looks badass. The wheels in the back look amazing. Looking maybe like 315s. It's definitely a wide rear tire. And I'm 295, so 295, 30, ZR20, so 20-inch wheels. Wildwood brakes on a Grand National. But I love that he kept the original interior for the most part. That's the coolest part of these cars. I told you, those gray and black with the Turbo 6 logo looks amazing on this car. And so this car from the outside, super Restomod, really sinister looking. Inside looks pretty factory. This is exactly what I would do. I think he did a great job with it, and the wheels look awesome and make the car even look cooler than it already was. So this is the last year of the steel bumper Corvette. This is a 73. 73 only had the steel bumper in the back. They went to the, you know, the plastic bumper in the front. But this is a great color in the yellow. This one looks like it's an automatic. Interior looks pretty clean. It looks like yellow with like a brown with like a wood grain on it. I mean, you want to talk about like the most 70s combination, right? Brown with a wood grain with a yellow with the rally wheels. This is cool. And again, you still have that chrome panel along the bottom, right? Which is awesome, but you did not have the chrome front bumper. They went to the front body colored bumper, much like you've done with a lot of the cars at the time. So this is pretty cool. And again, 1 year only style with 73. Everything else is 72. You saw the front and rear steel bumpers. From 68 to 72, 74, you would go to the body colored bumpers all the way around. So it's that 1 year hybrid. I kind of like it, right? I think it looks better than the 74 through like 78s. I do like the 68 through 72s with the steel bumper on both ends, but this is kind of a cool blend of both. And this is more what the style would morph into. I talked about these cars not being super practical. Back in this year in 73, you had this space behind the seats you could get into, and you could actually put some stuff in there, which is pretty cool. But these were not real practical. They didn't have a ton of room, but a very cool 73 Corvette. Look at this custom truck. So this one is wild. The raised white letter tires, you know, the crazy exhaust, the giant stereo under the tonneau cover. Beautiful all the way around. Great looking paint with that you know, gold flake in there. It is a dually, so this would have been like just like a heavy duty truck. Cool interior, I saw it. It's all customized inside as well. All the air suspension, nitrous. This thing is pretty crazy. So very well done too. I do dig when these, you know, again, like a custom. I talked about it at one of the last shows. Everybody's custom is option to everybody. You gotta like what people, I just respect people put the work in and have something they want to do and have a vision and kind of get it to fruition, and this is cool to see. And they did a great job with this. So very cool custom truck. All right, 1968 Impala SS 427, rally wheels, red line tires, automatic. What a 427 big block car. I love the fastback style. These were big back then. If you saw the rear end when we first started, that's you kind of tell a 67 from a 68. is this is a 68 rear end, but this is the 427 with the 385 horsepower. Love the front end on it. This one's for sale. He does not have a price listed, but I think it looks great. Body's really clean on it. These big body Impalas are starting to come up in value now. They were relatively reasonable. You were looking for, like, everyone wanted the 62, 64s. Now you're starting to, these are becoming much more desirable, and I think this looks great. And this is an awesome big car with that 427. Super sharp. Dig it a lot. Really good looking car. All right, let's talk about this cool 50s ranch wagon with the very cool trailer that goes with it, with the boat and like an RV setup, and this totally 50s color in that like light green with the cream color attached to it. The gorgeous looking steely wheels with the hubcaps, the big white walls. This car is gorgeous, and it's such a cool style. Just really captures that 50s essence. I love it. You know, I think, you know, this is probably the only thing that would be cool with, like, this would be like an Airstream behind it, but this actually matches the car perfectly. I think is awesome. And again, you've got the boat attached to it. Everything's very cool on this. I don't want to I'm on a hill here, so, but you can see the back end. He's got the setup for like the picnic stuff from the 50s. Just such a cool car, and I wanted to see the interior, and we'll shoot a little bit of the inside of the like the RV piece. So super clean original interior. I'm guessing it looks like a 3 on the tree is my guess. What a great looking front end though, huh? So classy and just simple. And again, this is just what people drove. Was anything fancy back in the day, and then you get back here, you get this really cool little setup. Yeah, this is awesome. So neat. And you got your boat and your fishing poles. How fun is this? Really cool setup here. Awesome. Awesome car in our trailer. Well done. All right, this thing is too Restomod for me to know the year, because it could be anything from 87 or 93, because it's got aftermarket gauges. The motor's obviously built up. You can see the setup for the strut towers, beautiful wheels. This thing is a really cool Fox body. The thing I'm sure is a beast performance-wise. It's a manual car. Love the wheels, love the Celine wing. Black, you know, so it's an LX, so all the black setup is great. So yeah, this is just a really cool high performance modded Fox body in black that looks awesome. The wheels look great, the wing looks great. I told you, I'm always tempted every time I see one with the Celine wing to add one to mine, because I had it on my original 88 and I love them. And this is just cool. When I saw it, I was talking to one of our friends with their Fox body. We've seen this one a few times. That one's like 38,000 miles, super nice. He's just done such a nice job cleaning it, you know, keeping it together and maintained. But he was telling me he saw this and I'd come over and take a look at it, and I did, and it is pretty nuts. This is a pretty badass car. No inner fender wells. This thing's just built up to be a high performance car, and it looks great. Wildwood brakes, awesome all the way around. All right, I got to shoot this gorgeous 70s F-150 Ranger in the black, mag wheels, side exhaust. This thing looks great, and I'm trying to show you angles this year on cars. I love the front end on these trucks. Again, I told you about the 69 and 68 Chevelles in the front end of that. I love it. I think it's great. And there's a gorgeous, you know, square body GMC truck or Chevy truck over here too. It looks great in the front end. The wheels again look great. You know, the locking hubs on the outside. But what I really liked is, you know, the front end on those Fords. You got the more of the flat front end right here, but this is a great looking truck too. All right, everybody, we're gonna call it a night. It was not a bad day. It's like 5:30. I've been here for like a little over an hour. Not a huge turnout with the heat. It's still 88 degrees. You're kind of on a blacktop. It's warm. We did shoot some really cool stuff tonight. I hope you enjoy it, guys. I'm getting ready to go over to Endicott to do our last club meeting before our Sunday show. So if you do see this before the Sunday show, the 14th, please come visit us. We should have 600 to 800 cars. We have our car corral. We have a ton of food court stuff. We have our vendor section. It is an awesome show. We'd love to see everybody out there. I'm sitting with the Jeep guys. They were super courteous enough to let me be part of their crew tonight with the Gladiator. We'll have a Jeep section this year. We will also have a car section for newer cars. So please come out. We want to see everybody. We appreciate all of you. As always, if you haven't done it so far, please hit the like and subscribe. We appreciate all of you, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thank you all.